here we are back for game number 2. Players have both now successfully chosen races. Sorry, we had to do a remake there, but we've got everything figured out. There's only 3 possibilities, but we managed to get one of the 2 wrong ones. And so game number 1 going to Infinity use ASOOOD. So Cube, everyone's favorite 3-dimensional object, has joined me to help cast, so you don't have to listen to me talk on and on and on as I'm doing right now. So Cube, do you want to go through and give us some introductions on these 2 players?
Sure. In the bottom left corner of Derelict Watcher, is this?
That's
okay. So Derelict Watcher. This is ASOOOD. And in the top right, we have our Infinity Gaming all-in player, Zerg player, EON. He loves to all-in a lot of games. I was pretty surprised that he didn't all-in the last game.
So what we did see last game, though, Cube, is we did see EON opt for a bit of a sort of delayed pressure, though still early, and he wasn't able to get any damage done with it, and just fell so far behind in economy. We do see a little bit of a
This does look like a 14-14.
Yeah, that's.
Does this look like a cheese?
No, this is pretty standard. This is the same opening he did last game. Meanwhile, they have a little bit of a drone blocking going down here, but EON, in that previous game, chose to be aggressive without Banelings early on, was not able to do any real economic damage, and so here comes EON's sort of trademark block, trying to prevent gas here. So he's put an Evo chamber down, and you might think this is a little bit of a ridiculous idea, and he will let this finish. So what this does is this prevents this gas from being mined, at least efficiently. But they can take this geyser, as you see ASOOOD doing. But if you kill this off, you get instant broodlings here, able to attack the mineral line. So you have to be careful when you kill this, otherwise you could lose a drone or 2. Is it worth it? I don't think so, if you ask me, but it is super annoying. Lets you get some scouting done. I think most players would sort of not be thrown off too much by this, but we'll keep an eye on that in about 45 minutes when the wings are able to kill it.
I think the part that EON was trying to do here, he was trying to delay the gas for the link speed, but ASOOOD managed to notice that this is what he's trying to do, so he went for the other gas and opted for that.
Yeah, I think this sort of Evo block of the gas is only effective and worthwhile doing if they've already built and completed their extractor. So repositioning these lings to move on the other side of this, so gonna see these probably run away and see if they can take the broodlings out. EON gonna try to micro these broodlings, so we will stay here and not miss any of this exciting broodling action. And he does exactly that. Queen gonna try to tag some of these that are gonna be able to get 1 drone kill, so I would argue not a great trade in Evo for a drone kill, because you have to use a drone to build the Evo, and the Evo costs money as well. So a little bit of shenanigans, as we see EON already behind in supply there. He's supply capped at the moment, but going to roaches very early here, so looking to be hyper aggressive. What do you think about this early roach play, Cube?
I think this is going to be very all-in-y. I think he's going to go for timing that he has. Pretty sure he's practices build many times.
Say, well, this is definitely all-in. You don't go for roaches this soon. What I don't like about this is roaches in small numbers are not very good against zerglings
or spine crawlers.
Yeah, or spine crawlers. Spine crawlers do more damage to roaches. So ASOOOD is going to see this. Roaches are not particularly fast, so with his spotting overlords, he's going to be able to see all of this. EON has 7 roaches out by the time that he gets there. So no lings in production at the moment yet. Spine crawler going down, another spine crawler going down. So ASOOOD not really opting. 6 lings in production. He has more larvae here. He can spend another couple lings being produced, but this is not an overreaction at all. He's got the spines up. He's now moving some more lings in, but there is not very many roaches here. Like this is not too scary to me with lings and spines.
I think ASOOOD does have a reasonable number of spines that are about to pop here, and he does have 2 queens that will take care of those, I'm pretty sure. And the lings are just gonna push forward and keep this back and contain.
Yeah,
No
and
problem.
so Eon, unfortunately now, he is ahead in supply. Because he's made so many roaches. He doesn't even have ling speed yet. He's got more roaches here, so he's going to try to break this. I mean, it's all or nothing at this point. So he's got his queens back behind. They have enough energy for a transfuse. Only transfuse going down there. This queen does have enough energy. He's going to be careful that that doesn't need to be healed. He's going to use that transfuse. Ling's streaming in back behind, but it's just not enough here. Baneling's popping on the roaches, however, there's just not enough. Only 4 roaches are surviving, 3 left. Roaches of ASOOOD's own here, Ling's popping out. It's just so much of a sacrifice in economy as we see only 1 drone mining from the natural back at home for EON. So this is very sort of much the same as the previous game, only a little bit more exaggerated in the sacrificing of economy early game and the trade-off between doing that and whether or not your opponent can handle it in a cost-effective way. And in this case, ASOOOD was not slowed down at all by this sort of aggression. You can see his economy is booming. He's pretty much saturated at both bases here. No gas up in the main just yet, but that's pretty typical.
And ASOOOD's gonna opt to get a 3rd here.
Yeah, he's just gonna take a 3rd and macro up, and this game is pretty much over.
Eon's so far behind. This is pretty much over. Ling speed just finished about 30 seconds ago. He doesn't have a 3rd. He doesn't have the economy to keep his army afloat to just outmatch ASOOOD. So yeah, maybe if he does some crazy double expand and manages to survive that long, he might be able to take it back.
Yeah, just a couple of banelings is going to be able to shoo away any ling aggression, and EON just cannot afford to build roaches at the moment and get these drones back up. So this is sort of like, this is a very typical thing that you see a lot in ZVZs, is if you choose to be aggressive, you have to do damage to the other player's economy. If you don't do damage, you've set yourself behind, you've lost a lot of larvae in the units that you've made, and there's just no way of coming back. We see the 3rd is already almost done for ASOOOD here. There's no 3rd base for EON. He's just now getting saturated. And it's gonna start snowballing even more more than it already has. We got 1-1, about 2/3 of the way done cumulatively here. Plenty of army to shoo away any little ling run-bys attempts, and it looks like he's gonna push out. And he wants to force more lings out of EON and go deny this 3rd. But this push will probably be able to be held off by EON. He's dropping a couple spines. He has a few more roaches back at home here. I like this aggression because what this does is this forces EON to stop just freely building up his economy and make him start building units and engage here, which lets ASOOOD get further and further ahead.
I don't know if you could do this, but if I was ASOOOD, I'd just start mining straight gas out of my 3rd right away and go for a spire switch. Because
I don't think he doesn't need a spire right now. He's so far ahead that it's a lot of extra gas, and I mean, if he builds enough roaches and controls these veins well, he wins. I mean, if you look back at EON's base, there's not a lot here. 2 spine crawlers, yeah, that's a little bit scary at first, but Baneling's getting some reasonable connects on everything. 2 spines, about half health. Transfuse is going down, but so many roaches here crashing the front of EON's base. They are now inside. Queen will fall. 3 roaches trying their best to hold this off, but it's just not going to be enough. Drones are going next. Roaches microing down into the line. Doing a little dance here. And tearing the drones apart. More roaches popping for EON, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. Natural about to fall here. Some drones running away. And a little bit of BM here from ASOOOD, building a hatchery out in front along with the dancing. Binding up inside his own base. It's going to be a little bit too late. Not any chance of these finishing before done. So this game is pretty much over. Roaches streaming across the field. Another hatchery going down in this corner, already spotted. As all the buildings get focused down, looks like EON is just gonna wait until he kills everything to leave.
So this is... EON does have 1-1, but that's not gonna
EON
really
does not
matter.
have any bases.
So he's trying to build a proxy hatchery now.
So I'm not super impressed that we haven't seen a GG here. A little bit of BM from both players. Not in support of this at all, so I'm just not going to say anything, and we'll let them
Do their
let
thing.
them do their shit. All right.
Now there's a base in the top left corner.
EON rebuilt base up in the top corner.
But
I'm going to warn
it's not
both
gonna
of these
do
players for BM after this. Yeah. Just sort of blatant waste of time. EON may be able to get this to finish.
This hatchery will not pop, and that's GG.
And EON, or ASOOOD takes this series 2-0 after a flurry of BM there at the end of the game.